Hey everyone, welcome back. So till now we have created some good number of feature files, that is around 7, and now it's time to organize our test suites or the feature files the way we run or the way we maintain it. So mostly that we're going to talk about how we can organize these feature files as a suite and then run based on the different types of testing. So for example, you will have few tests only for smoke, few tests you'll have for regressions, and so other features for other type of testing that you'll have, and you should organize your test accordingly. We have very good documentation already available in official website of WebdriverIO, which talks about all these details, where if you see it has mentioned how you can group your test in a specific suite. That's how you can do it, how you can run single suite, how you can run multiple suite, or how you can run sequentially all the specs, right? So this is already detailed documentation is available. I'll leave the link in the description of this video, and now let's explore how we can do it or what we need to do to make changes. So first things, you need to make sure if you want to create a suite, you have to go to configuration file, and you can keep anywhere. So inside your export const block, anywhere you can add the suite tag. Now before this, see, there are different way of running tagging your feature files for regression and smoke and all. One way we have already discussed, that you can tag your feature file with particular tag as a regression and so as other features. Now you have to keep on doing in every feature file, and then you can run only that tag so that it only that type of testing will execute. That is one way of doing it. Now another way is to create a suite. Now usually what I'll create a suite is after suite and exclude block, sorry, after spec and exclude block. So first things you have to do is just type suite. Okay, it will auto suggest you here suites, right? And it's optional configurations. If you see the question mark, all the question marks are optional configuration. So suites colon, and then you need to put curly braces and enter. Now you need to put all your suites inside this, but before that, after bracket, I'll put comma so that error will go away. Now I want to create two suite here, one for smoke, and that you need to keep the name again colon and array or square bracket and comma, again enter, and I'll say regression. As of now I want to create based on your requirement. You can create your suite however you want. This is just an example that I'm showing. Now I'll just keep an enter here so that I can add multiple. Now inside these blocks you can add your test here. Okay, so now I want to add few feature file from this in a smoke and few feature file in regression. So what I'll do, I need to pass the path. So I'll copy from here whatever I have and I'll paste it here, and I'll just name it. So I'll remove this last star and I'll say which one I'll take for smoke. One I'll take app env, and let me take one more for smoke, that will be login.feature. So I'll say comma and paste it here, and I'll say login.feature, right? So login. So these two will be for a smoke suite, and a rest we can keep for regression. So let's keep all. And so we have E2E users. Let's give the name E2E user. We have form.feature. Then we have home, register, and Vatex, comma, form is done, home, login you have to press smoke, let's keep register and Vatex as well. Let's keep Vatex here in the smoke itself. So we'll have 3 suite in smoke, hit X. So 3 suite in smoke and 4 suite in regression, correct? Now we have created suite in this way. Now we need to see how we can just target only this suite and this suite. Let's open terminal and just press Ctrl J in my Windows machine for a short key to open the terminal here. Now before I make any changes, what I need to do, because if I run this all, it will start running in parallel because I'm running multiple feature file. I'll talk some other day about the parallel to execute, but just understand if we have a capabilities section here somewhere in the configuration, and here it says maximum instance at 5. There is two maximum instance, one is here 10, one is 5. Now this is only specific to Chrome, so I'm running only in Chrome, and it will open 5 at a time. I want to run only one at a time because my system will not be able to take load of it. So I'll keep only one as of now, so that it will run one by one, okay, not in the parallel. So I'll change that, this one, and I'll come back here. Let me open the terminal again. Now I'm not going to run that complete test. I'll just show you the number of execution, how much it is finding. So normally if you say npm test, when you say npm test, what it does, it goes to configuration file package.json and see if any tag is available with test name, that is script available. Yes, it has this one. So it will execute this script, and then it it will go to the configuration file, and it will go here, and it will look in the inside the spec section what is defined, and all this feature file will be executed. So here we are saying under feature file any file with dot feature extension, right? So it will run all 7. So when you say npm test, it will run all 7, or instead of that I can just type here itself the command. Okay, you can say wdio run wdio dot conf dot ts, npx I missed, npx wdio run wdi. So when you run this command, or either you say npm test, it both are same thing. So if you run this command, all this feature file will execute. So I'm not going to execute the feature file, but I'll show you the number how many it is finding. So let me just click enter. Now let's see how many number of test it is finding. Yeah, so you see execution of 7 workers started. That means all these 7 feature file, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, all these 7 files started. Now I don't want to run, so I'll just stop the execution. Okay, so I've aborted the execution now, and you see the 7 file it is taking. So when you are running this command, that is this command npx wdio run wdio conf ts, it is taking all the feature file. Now we have created a suite. Okay, and I want to only target only these many files, that is which is under smoke. So if you want to do that, you need to say here first run your command npx wdio run wdio conf.ts, and you say hyphen hyphen suite space and the suite name. Suite name is smoke, and I'll say smoke. So without running this, how many were there? 7. Now if we run smoke, how much we are expecting? 3 test cases to execute. Again, I'm not going to show you the execution, but just the number of files, so that we will know how many files it is targeting. So if I say smoke, it should target these 3, and if I say regression, it should target 4. So let's just try this with smoke first. Now you see how many execution of 3 workers started, that is this 3 feature file. So in this way we will be able to target the smoke suite with only this test. Now let's try with, I'll just terminate this execution, close this, clear the command. Now let's target this regression. So we can do the same thing here, and we can just change the suite name. So we'll say regression. Now instead of typing like this all this lengthy command, again we can make use of this json package.json script section, where we have earlier defined the test, and if you want to target all feature file, you can define here. So now let's keep all these our commands of regression suite and smoke suite in this itself. So I'll say in the script section of package.json, after in the test just add comma enter. Now in double quote I'll say smoke, and in smoke I'll run what was my command. So it was, I can just copy this, paste it here, and inside this space hyphen hyphen suite space smoke. So when you run this now if you want to run only smoke, here you just need to say npm run smoke. It will come in this package.json, it will find the script if anything name with the smoke, and it will target this actual command. We have already seen for smoke. Now let's do the same thing for regression and see if this command is working fine or not. So what I'll do, I'll just copy this, right, and instead of smoke I'll remove the comma, I'll say regression, and we need to make sure you give smoke or regression that is this name. Okay, that means this suite name. This variable name can be anything. You can say, okay, you can say just like instead of smoke you can say test1, and instead of regression you can say test2 also. Okay, but this should match, this smoke after suite should match with the name whatever you have provided in this suite. So for regression the name should be here regression. Okay, and for smoke the name should be exactly this. So just copy from here and paste it in this place after suite. This can be anything. Now just to make it meaningful, I'll give the same name here smoke, and for this regression I'll keep a regression, so that you'll know that I want to run a regression, I need to run this command. It will be easy to remember. Smoke we have seen. Now let's see, instead of typing all the lengthy command I'll say npm run regression, which will come and execute this one. Now when we actually execute regression, how many file it should target? Last time when we executed 3, it targeted, if you see here, it targeted 3 files. But when you now run regression, it should target only these 4 files. Now we should see the 4 execution worker started, and then we'll stop the execution because we don't want to just spend time on seeing the execution. We have already seen all this feature file execution steps and all. Let's see if we are able to target this feature file or not. So it should show 4 now. Okay, so you see npx, this actual command which is in the package.json, that command is displaying here. And then yep, you see here execution of 4 worker started, and that is where we were expecting the 4 feature file, right? We were able to target correctly and our suite is working fine. I'll just terminate the execution. Okay, again just to see here, it's an execution of 4 worker started, that is this 4 only. Okay, now so this is how you can create a suite and then you can target. Now writing one by one like this feature file, if you have hundreds of tests, it's not very best way to organize your suite. So what you can do, instead of writing like this, inside the feature file itself create a folder. Okay, and based on your type of test you create a folder name, and inside that you keep your test. So what you can do, for example, I'll create one folder. So I'll hover my mouse, I'll click my mouse here in the feature and right click new folder, and I'll say smoke. Okay, one more inside the feature, I'll say new folder and I'll say regression. Now whatever I want in smoke I'll keep in smoke. So I want login inside smoke, I want app, I'm just dragging and dropping inside the folder so it is moving inside, and Waytex also. So now if you just close this, it will 3 is coming. Now this all feature 4 feature I'll move it inside the regression. So I'll just drag and drop over regression folder, drag and drop over regression folder, again drag and drop, and again drag and drop. Yeah, so now we have 2 folder. One is regression pack where I have 4 features, another is smoke pack and I have 3 folder. Now it will be in this way. So now instead of running, keeping smoke like this, you can simply delete all these multiple lines. Now we'll target a folder. Okay, I'll remove multiple lines, and let's remove the unwanted spaces. Okay, I just don't want to keep extra space here. Okay, now we are saying under test under features any folder with this file. Now instead of that, now we'll say for smoke, go inside feature, go to smoke folder, and inside smoke any file with dot feature extension. We are saying under test under feature under smoke any file with dot feature. So now in one line we will be able to define only one line, we are defining smoke. And similar way for regression also. So now we can remove this line, multiple lines, and let's remove a space, keep it in one line, which looks much cleaner and less also easy to maintain. And for regression I'll say under test under feature, and I'll say regression folder any file with dot feature extension. Now we are keeping in just 2 line, right? It is easy to maintain folder wise and then target the folder rather than targeting one feature file. That's how I prefer, again based on your requirement, because you might have some tests which is common, is regression and other type of testing, so you want to keep it in common instead of keeping in folder. Again always depends on your requirement. Now if I'll say again, just need to say, if I'll say npm run regression, again it will target only 4 feature file only. So let me just try it out and show you. it will run the actual command. When we say npm run test, it goes here regression, it finds the command, and that is what is displaying here, and it should say 4 workers started. Yep, it is showing 4 workers started, correct. So let's stop again, and now let's try with smoke here. npm run smoke, and this time in a smoke we have how many? Smoke folder we have 3 files, so it should target only 3 files. It is actual command is this, which is under package.json, which is this one. Make sure these names are exactly same as whatever you are giving in the configuration file under suites tag, smoke, and regression, or whatever you give the name. Yep, 3 file started of execution, which is this 3 file. So our regression, so we have reorganized our test as a suite, and we are able to target only that particular suite based on the folders that we are keeping in, correct. So that's all for this video. Thank you so much.